All right. Well, just be patient with me for a little bit. I've sped this up. I was planning to do this break tomorrow night on Thursday, but we're knocking it out tonight because there was a typo on one of my listings that said the 24th, and some of my listings said the 25th. So, and this went ahead and this Panini one anyway, it went ahead and closed out. So I will go ahead and break it tonight, and then if we can get a little bit closer on the BOWMAN, we'll break it. But I need to type up the picture that it shows you all, what who has what teams, that type of deal. So I'm typing that up right now, and I'll get that added to the screen here shortly. But right now you should be able to see the break, not just a blank screen. And I will have that added over briefly, but I'm going to go and make a post so that everyone knows what we're doing. Hey, Phil, good deal. Okay, glad to see you in here. I had some dates jacked up on my stream. You know how I do. Everything is always, and being in the hospital Saturday and Sunday, and then having to travel to Dallas yesterday and today, trying to do all this. I really should have planned a little better. But after this weekend, I'm moving to my new house on hopefully next week. And when that happens, everything will all be in one spot instead of strung out between here and where I'm staying and a couple other places. And I'll be able to be a lot more organized and efficient. And I ordered a case of some stuff that I'm not wanting to throw out yet, but it's going to be some inexpensive stuff with prospects, and it'll be some of my cheaper breaks to date, but it'll have guaranteed autos. Like every one of them will have at least a couple autos, depending on how I stack the boxes and stuff like that. But it'll be fun. It'll be just some fun, quick breaks that we can do. And but I'm gonna post this here real quick. Get this thing copied from my channel. I'm hoping we hit some decent autos in these two boxes tonight. And I'd like to see you hit another. Did you get Baltimore in these? I'm pretty sure you did. I haven't typed up my list yet. That's what I'm fixing to have to do. But I was hoping to get this. Hey, Dave. Bear with me. I'm trying to get my phone to pull up my channel so I can share my YouTube. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm needing to have some fun for this week. I feel so much better now. Oh my goodness, that was rough. That's probably the worst I felt since I had to do chemo. I didn't know what was wrong. It was bad. Let's see here. And see, when I get on Wi-Fi, it blocks. I'm able to get on YouTube and stream because it goes through OBS. So that's how I'm able to get by with streaming on this network. But like if I'm just trying to go straight to YouTube, it blocks it. So I'm having to figure a workaround to get my channel. Here we go. There. Share. Copy. All right. And something else I'm going to do, I'm going to, I've sent 4 cards off this week to tag, to be graded. And it's not that expensive, really. I mean, it's fairly inexpensive, really, compared to some of the other companies. And I don't know if I just got in on a good deal, like a discount period or whatever, but I don't know if that's what the prices is all the time. But I'm going to send off another probably 5 or 6 cards that I know that people would like. Just something that's not high end, but still like maybe a Corbin Carroll refractor or a Adley or Gunner refractor, and get some slabbed and do those as giveaways. I'm going to start doing that on every break. After, it won't be this week, obviously. It'll probably be closer towards the end of May, because it takes me, their turnaround time is 10 days once they get it. So that's what my plan is anyway. Yeah, that's the only problem, but I think eventually it'll catch up. I really do. I'm going to district right now to post this break that I'm live. And I don't know if you guys ever watch like the CBS Fantasy Baseball Today podcast, but I've watched them for years, and I've used a lot of their tips and stuff like that for my league my main one that I'm in, and they have a really cool way they stream. Like Chris Towers, Scott White, and Frank Stanfield all are on YouTube together. And I just tweeted at them and asked, what platform are you doing this with? Because I've not been able to find one that you can really efficiently do that. And they tweeted back the actual platform name. So I'm going to try to get that figured out. And if any of y'all ever want to jump on and do like a few of us on live at one time, that would be fun. I'd be all game for anything like that. Kind of do like a break podcast type thing. Okay, I've got this done. So I'll do a teaser real quick of a break while I'm typing out this team list. These two here will probably be my next break that I list, and I'm probably gonna do those as an auction on district, just because it'll be easier for me to manage just for once, and I'll just have to let them, they'll sell for whatever they sell for, and they'll break. I can pick the break time. I don't have to worry about it filling up, because when the auction ends, it's full. And that'll have 4 autos, because there's 3 in that big box, and then the one in the mega. So that'll be fun. That'll be a fun break. Okay. So Dave. I'm going to get all you guys' teams typed in here. This shouldn't take long. I've got it typed in my phone, so I'll be able to transfer it right over pretty quickly. And then if the Bowman fails, I'll do the same for it whenever it comes time. So Dave has Baltimore. That's right. You jumped in right there at the very beginning. I'm trying to rotate also on how I sent out the message to everyone that all my regulars about sending out the private message, trying to get like a priority list type of deal going. And I'm trying to rotate who I go to first on that each time, so everyone has an opportunity to get. So like I think Dave was the one I went to on the first one this time around, and then the next one will be, I'll just keep rotating my list, and as soon as I get organized enough, I'll publish that list. That way you guys can see who's like where you're at as far as on break standing is getting to have the first shot. Boston. Typically, this would not be as unprepared, but like I said, I just arrived back from Dallas and was planning on this for tomorrow, and thought I would like to go ahead and knock this out today if we can. Okay, Dave, I think I have all yours. You have St. Louis, Cincinnati, Washington, Texas, Tampa Bay, Seattle, San Francisco, Minnesota, Kansas City, Cubs, Padres, Boston, and Baltimore. So now I'll jump down here to Joel, because he had quite a few as well. He has Arizona, Yankees, Dodgers, Atlanta, yeah, I noticed you do that. You'd get a whole bunch and then you'd disappear for a while, and then later on that day you'd either come back or maybe the next day. So Dodgers, Atlanta, Colorado, Houston, Philly, so I've got, and you guys, okay, y'all feel more than welcome to correct me if you think I've got these wrong, because there's doing these on the fly like this, I always am nervous that may get something a little off. I know snowy is always going to have White Sox. Phil, you have Detroit and see who else you grabbed. Detroit. Pittsburgh. Hey, Snowy. So, Phil, I have you with the Detroit and Pittsburgh. And then Charles will have Toronto and Oakland. Jake. Let's see. Looks like Milwaukee. Cleveland. Now, if someone's new in here listening, this is the Panini break. So I know right there at the very end, someone claimed Batflip breaks claimed Cleveland and Texas in the BOWMAN break. Make sure that's right. Jake has. Yep, that's Jake. Okay. All right, that should be 29 teams because I kept Miami since it didn't close. I went ahead and took them. Well, I get to have something in there, I guess. So we'll count these up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, 24. I'm off one. So, oh, and Joe also had the non-MLB, but that's not the one I'm off. So Boston, did I put Boston on here? Yep. Arizona, yep. Baltimore, yes. Yankees, yes. I don't remember doing the Mets, which is Joel. Nope. That's the one I'm missing. Joe has Mets and I'm not going to write it in here just because it'll mess up the way the format is. But let's go with this. All right. All right, I'm gonna put this on the screen and we're ready. So let me. There we go. Oh man, they're having a heck of a time. Okay, so these will be the two that I'll do next, and then I'll probably do. I just ordered it yesterday, so on my next break that I'm not going to throw out the product name yet, but whenever it comes, as soon as I get a tracking and I know about when it's going to be here, I'll decide when to break it and go ahead and get the auction started, and then close it well after. So, but since this one's not full yet, we may go ahead and break it depending on how close we get to being full tonight. But we're going to do the panini, obviously. This is the one we're on. So, let's get started. Man, my fantasy teams are all stinking it up really bad right now. Let's see here. Try to get a little more camera space here. There we go. All right, Dave, let's go. I've got all my top loaders here. I've got a brand new shipment that I got from Ben off of Midwest Supplies. He did that discount deal where he sold some supplies, and I got me one of those packets. So I've got several different thicknesses of top loaders that come in today, and we'll do one box at a time. That way we can keep it straight. Yeah, I keep having to dump my people, and it's driving me nuts. Okay. This year Panini did a pretty good job of packaging all their stuff to where it doesn't flop around and fly around in boxes. I appreciate that. So let's see, how many are we supposed to have in these? 6 packs, 10 cards per pack. So 2, 4, 6. There we go. Let me shut this keyboard off and get it out of my lap. All right. Yeah, the tag we were talking earlier when we first got started. The tag slabs are by far my favorite. It's just like they're not nearly as resellable, but they will, I think, eventually get there. We got Lawrence Butler with Oakland, Gavin Williams with Cleveland, Addison Barger with Toronto. And we got some kind of, it's just a couple different colors together. I thought we had something that was green and red on one card. Judd Fabian with Baltimore, Joe Carter, Toronto, Rafael Furkel with Los Angeles, Zach Veen, Colorado on the green cracked ice. Oh, wow, that's a nice one. So, the red color match, Ellie De La Cruz, who's having an amazing season on the red cracked ice. I'll set that one to the side and we'll Chipper Jones with Atlanta. And then Cal Ripken. Yeah. Go ahead and get these. I'll put the Ellie on a stand. Okay, and I'll keep sliding these, kind of sit these back here like so. All right. Yeah, I think that's the first of the red cracked ice, or pink cracked ice, whatever they call it, Ellie that I've pulled. Okay, we have Emerson Hancock, Seattle, George Brett, Kansas City, Bobby Miller, Los Angeles, Marcelo Mayer, Boston, Eddie Matthews, Milwaukee, Dick Williams with Brooklyn, Willie McCovey with San Francisco. It's a refractor on the 3-hole. Get that. Sit there in the center. Then we got Emmanuel Rodriguez for Minnesota. Connor Norby on the red or pink cracked ice. And then a Ricky Tiedemann, supposed to be a really good pitcher for Toronto on the Future Stars, or Future Tools. On the, when you got 94.5 or whatever, did you do the standard grading, or, because I didn't do standard, I did the one where they don't like put it on like a hit list and all that stuff. Jared Schuster, Atlanta. Jacob Milton with Houston. Well, these should actually be going over to here. Tim Salmon with Anaheim. Steve Carrollton with Philadelphia. Willie Stargell, Pittsburgh. Hans Lobert with Cincinnati. Robbie Snelling with San Diego on a refractor. Owen White with Texas on the pink cracked ice. Greg Maddux, Atlanta. And Jeff Bagwell with Houston on the 3-hole. Okay, I chose not to do the standard just because I think the main two benefits you got out of doing standard was they like rank it among all the other of that same card that they receive and give it a point score, which was kind of cool. Here's the Ellie base. We'll set it to the side. Brady House with Washington. Drew Romo, Colorado. Taj Bradley with Tampa. Alan Trammell, Detroit. Torrey Hunter with Minnesota. Harry Ford on the green, Seattle. That's cool, the color match. Brennan Davis with Chicago. Carlton Fisk with Boston. Mr. Call Up today, got called up today. Pete Crow Armstrong with Chicago. I don't know. I think he don't play till tomorrow or whatever. I don't know if he. I don't think he actually played today. I just know I saw the breaking news earlier. Owen White with Texas. Emmanuel Rodriguez, Minnesota. Ken Griffey Jr., Seattle. Sal Frelick with Milwaukee. Fergie Jenkins with Chicago. Raleigh Fingers with Oakland. And we have our auto coming up, so I'm going to try to save that one towards the end. So I'll keep it between those two cards. We got Cecil Fielder, Detroit. Larry Doby, the old ball game. Daniel Espino, Cleveland. Brennan Davis, Chicago. Jackson Merrill with San Diego. Cooper Jerpe, St. Louis. Mark Grace, Chicago. Bobby Witt Jr., and it's the rookie card. That's the only one I've seen that has a rookie card on them from this year. So we got Bobby Witt. Evan Carter on the refractor. JT Ginn, Oakland on the pink cracked. Brandon Fatt, Arizona. And Bob Feller with Cleveland. Now let's see who we got here. Got the Raleigh Fingers hiding it. And behind him is a Daniel Espino with Cleveland. And it is Mason Auer with Tampa Bay Rays. And Tampa Bay is Dave. So we will top load these two real quick. Well, there we go. And that Zach Veen wasn't the one I was going to top load. It was the. I mean, it'll get top loaded, but I wasn't planning on doing it just yet. Yeah, I think he's supposed to be a pretty decent prospect. This red Ellie's the one that's nice. I like it too. I'm not even an LAPC guy. So we'll put those two. I'll slide our hits over to here. And if y'all see any of that other break, if you want to make any type of offers, let me know. I've been pretty aggressive on accepting the offers as long as it's somewhat reasonable. I don't think I've refused any. I don't think I've said no on a single offer all day. This will be the last box of this one. And I know I need to, if you're one of my regulars that I deal with like on the daily, where we've more built up a consistent. I didn't even worry about checking and verifying payments or nothing like that. I'll do that here shortly after we're done. I'll send out little notes of kind of like invoice what's due. Some people just automatically, as soon as they claim a team, they go, even if they make several payments, which is fine. It doesn't bother me either way. And then others will kind of wait till closer to make sure the break fills. Lusanjo Acuna, Texas. Edward Julian, Minnesota. Those are two good prospects. Taj Bradley, Tampa, another one. Tim Salmon, Anaheim. Hal Newhouser, Detroit. Al Simmons, Philadelphia. Jack Morris, Detroit, on a refractor. Mike Mussina, Baltimore, on the cracked ice. Jorge Valera with Cleveland on the cracked ice. Then we got a Future Tools, Miguel Bleis for Boston. King Griffey Jr., Cincinnati. Jake Bennett, Washington. Steve Carrollton, Philly. Bobby Miller, Los Angeles. Matt Williams, San Francisco. Larry Doby, Cleveland. We got Jeff Bagwell on a refractor. David Wells, Toronto, on the pink cracked ice. There's Edward Julian, Eduardo, or whatever the hell they call it. Julian on the Minnesota pink cracked ice. Then we have a base card, the Blueprints, Pete Rose. I'd like to pull one like that in an auto of some of the big prospects like Ellie or whoever some of the other big ones are. J.R. Ritchie for Atlanta. Gil McDougald with New York. Marcelo Mayer, Boston. Addison Barger, Toronto. Al Lopez, Pittsburgh. Bob Lemon with Cleveland. Then we got Willie McCovey, San Francisco. Ryan Zimmerman with Washington. Kevin Alcantara with Chicago Cubs. And Lefty Williams with Chicago. Old ball game. We got 3 packs left. Weird to see a kid in a Reds uniform. Tyler Locklear, Seattle. Roberto Alomar, Toronto. Judd Fabian, Baltimore. Gordon Graceffo, St. Louis. Whitey Herzog, St. Louis. Luis Gonzalez with Arizona. Peyton Palette, Chicago. And that one looks like the White Sox. It's on a refractor. Typically the border is blue on the Cubs. Brooks Robinson on Baltimore. King Griffey Jr., pink cracked ice. And then the Ellie De La Cruz, Power Scale, 70. All right. I don't know why I stopped just to sleeve that one. I guess because I'm used to that name getting called out and everybody chasing it. JT Ginn, Oakland. Daniel Espino, Cleveland. Reggie Crawford, San Francisco. Jackson Chourio with Milwaukee. Mark McGwire, Oakland. Joe Morgan, Cincinnati. Then we got a, hang on just a second here. Yeah, okay. Dave Bancroft with Philly. Then I'm going to set those down because they, make sure that, yeah, they're still on the screen. Lisangelo Acuna on the pink cracked ice for Texas. And a Willie McCovey for San Francisco on a 3-hole. Got one more pack we'll get. So both times it was that same, it was in the same pack. The second to the last. Brendan Davis, Chicago. Owen White with Texas. Zach Veen, Colorado. Curtis Meade, Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh, Paul Winter. Bruce Sutter, Chicago. Nat LaJoie, Cleveland. Mario Soto, Cincinnati on the cracked ice. Jake Bennett, Washington. And then Ceddanne Rafaela on the Future Tools with Boston. He's having a rough start to his career as far as MLB debut. He's one of my fantasy players, and I'm trying my hardest not to drop him. I might have already dropped him. So we got Joe Morgan, and then here's our auto. Cade Doughty with Toronto. So Cade Doughty with Toronto, which is Charles. Cool. So that's one of the, I'm thinking this is Charles's first break with me. Who are you talking about as a White Sox, and which one was we? I don't even remember what player that was. Ellie wasn't ever a White Sox, was he? We got Cade Doughty. Auto. Oh, yeah, the kid. I see. Yeah. Okay, folks, let's do a fast recap, and then I'll check on that other break real quick. Got Jack Morris, Detroit, Miguel Bleis. Got Dave Bancroft, Philly, Nat LaJoie, Cleveland, unless it's a different team on the team list, we'll go by that. Mario Soto, Cincinnati. Jake Bennett, Washington. Ceddanne Rafaela, Boston. Willie McCovey, San Francisco. Yeah, I'll go by the team list on the break. That's how I always do. Lisangelo Acuna, Texas. Chourio, Ellie on the Power 70 scale. King Griffey Jr. on the Cincinnati. And Brooks Robinson, Baltimore. Then we got Peyton Pilate, Chicago on the refractor. Lefty Williams, old ball game. Excuse me. Kevin Alcantara, Chicago. Ryan Zimmerman with Washington. Willie McCovey, San Francisco. Pete Rose. Edward Julian. David Wells, Toronto. Jeff Bagwell, Houston. Jorge Valera, Cleveland. Mike Mussina, Baltimore. And there won't be a skunk. I'll make sure of that. This time around, instead of a skunk and adding a card, I'm going to put a pack of cards in for the team that there is a skunk. Or a team that's close to a skunk. Like this only has like 1 or 2 cards. Then we have the Ellie base. Chipper Jones. Zach Veen. Daniel Espino. Bob Feller, Cleveland. Brandon Pfaadt, Arizona. JT Ginn, Oakland. Evan Carter, it's a good-looking card. for Texas on the refractor. Bobby Witt Jr., it's a rookie card. Kansas City, Larry Doby, Cleveland, ball game. Cecil Fielder, Detroit, on the red. Pete Crow, Armstrong, on the 80 power scale for Cubbies. Carlton Fisk, Boston. Brennan Davis, Chicago. Harry Ford, Seattle, on a green kind of a color match looking card. Brady House, Washington. Jeff Bagwell, Houston. Atlanta, Greg Maddux. Owen White, Texas. Robbie Snelling, San Diego Padres, on the refractor. Ricky Tiedemann, Toronto, on the Future Tools. Connor Norby, Baltimore. Emmanuel Rodriguez, Minnesota. William McCovey on a refractor 3-hole. And Cal Ripken on the blueprints. That was our bigger hits of the 2 boxes. And then the 2 autos was Charles got the K. Dottie, Toronto. And Dave ended up with the Tampa Bay Mason Hour. And the red Ellie De La Cruz Cracked Ice was the 3 big hits of the 2 boxes. And that's it for that one. Give me 1 minute and I'll check on the other break real quick and we'll see. Yeah, he's always a Mariner in my mind too. Like, I can't picture him with anything other than being on the Mariners. Okay, so nothing else has gone on District yet. Let me make sure on Twitter. And nope, there is nothing else on there as well. So we'll call it with that. Let me make sure it's just to see how many teams we have, how far we are from being sold. I'll go ahead and tell you guys that. So if there's anybody that watches later or is watching now and wants to go make an offer later, this will break possibly tomorrow night if it feels. If not, I'm going to say Sunday, because there's a chance if that other product that I ordered, or if the one that I showed, what I'll probably do is throw that auction up. Hey, no problem, Dave. Thanks for all the support, you guys. I appreciate it. I'll set the other one up on District as a auction, so you can bid on whatever team you want to bid on. And obviously, there'll probably have a little bit of a starting bid assigned to it because of being a hobby box and a mega, so there'll be 4 autos. I don't want to start those out at $1, but I'll start them at a fairly cheap price where it's way below, and then just let you guys bid them up. But I did that once on a break where it was several hobby boxes. That Gypsy Queen, where I had like 4 different Gypsy Queens. The one where Phil got the daggum Juan Soto black and white auto redemption card that was expired that ticked all of us off. Those breaks, I ended up going way, like, that's probably the most I've ever went in the negative on a break before. So I learned my lesson on those, just to at least put some kind of a starting in there so that way you don't do that again. I'm all about breaking even. I'm fine with that, and even at times a little in the red, but not that much. So on the Bowman break, it looks like San Diego's available. Cubs, not have to verify all these, but it looks like San Diego, Cubs are both sitting at a $6 rate right now. Colorado 3, Houston 3, Kansas City 5, Miami 5, Oakland 4, Giants 3, Toronto 4, and Cardinals at 7, which, like I said, I'd knock quite a bit off every one of them. So just if anybody wants to make any offers, let me know. and we can go from there. But I'll plan on breaking that one tomorrow night if it's close to full. Otherwise, we'll break it Sunday night. Thank you all. I appreciate it, and have a great one.